Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Tuesday morning of June. We have a great show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. It's located right on Baldwin and Highway 77, right there on the corner. A lot of you folks go by it all the time. So if you're coming into town, all coming south on 77, just take a left right there and run by, check out all the programs they have. High today, 87, low 74, and the water temperature, interestingly enough, has gone up 1 degree. Water temperature now is at 84 degrees, and this past weekend, I think you could tell, there were a lot of folks out there fishing. It was a beautiful weekend. Got all kind of pictures coming up and all kind of good reports. Man, the red snapper were jumping in the boat all over the Panhandle. It's amazing the amount of red snapper. We're going to talk about it later. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, it took up that last Saturday. It just went boom, straight up there Saturday, and then it leveled off. That was sort of, people didn't really expect that. But anyway, we're looking at today's reading right at 6.8. And the Choctaw at Caryville has been a slow, steady drop, and it's reading right now at 5.5 and dropping on out. So the Choctaw Hatch is looking good. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is "When carrying counts." And we're looking at it. It's really interesting too on the tide chart. We got some neap tides coming up next 3 days. But this Saturday and Sunday has some really strong tides. You see on the chart there, and then all next week is really strong tides. June has some really good tides, this month. And I'm talking about, good 2-foot ranges almost every day. Looking there on June 21st, too, which is Sunday, about a week and a half from now, that's going to be the summer solstice. It's going to be the longest day of the year. I know y'all are like me, get up in the morning and start coming in here, and man, these days, and getting home, and it's daylight when you leave and daylight when you get home. So it's really been nice. So we just got about another week and a half of these long days, and it'll start getting shorter. Our marine forecast will be south-southwest at about 10 to 15, and there's about 50% chance of rain. We're sort of in that late spring pattern of these afternoon thunderstorms, and it's fascinating. I know Sunday afternoon we had a storm come through, really blowing up in the northern part of in Lynn Haven, Southport. I watched it go across. It came from east going west, just the opposite of normally what they're doing. That was a strong storm, but I was worried about the folks down. Not worried about, I was concerned about folks down at Shell Island, because we get so many people down there in boats and all that are really not accustomed to some bad weather. And that storm didn't even affect that area, but it really came in the northern part of the North Bay and on across the Choctaw Bay on into the Phoenix Spring. So these late spring and summer showers are going to be really strong. It really was blowing. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's get caught up on our pictures now. We didn't get a show a lot yesterday. We're going to sort of get caught up today, and it's all, again, amazing me at all the different fish caught throughout the Panhandle. The majority of them, they're going to be on this particular show, is going to be red snapper. But let's go ahead and get started on this nice red fish. This is Zach McKeithen, and he caught some. That's a good job, Zach. That's a good keeper size red. Okay. The next one, now this is your face when your lure gets bumped. It's especially for you bass fishermen. I get a kick out of this one. Next one, little Miss Anna Petronas. Anna caught this big one, and I got some more pictures later. Anna just graduated, and I got a little family picture of them later. Anna got a big old smile, and she's always smiling. And just for your information, you can't really read this. August of 2015, you're going to have 5 Fridays, 5 Saturdays, and 5 Sundays. It happens every 823 years, so you're not going to get to see this very often, okay? So that's going to be that weekend. Now, let me I got to skip a couple. I've got some, let's go back down here. I got some family pictures scattered out, so this next one is going to be Sherry Oliver. Look at Sherry, that's a big old trout. She and Tommy fish about every weekend. They're fine fishermen, and they're always bringing in. Now here's Tommy. They caught some nice fish there. In fact, I'm going to show you. Here's a mess of fish they caught right here. Good mess of fish. All right. Now, next, Jeff Johnstone. All right. Nice one, red. I had Jeff's stepson in my class. I had Jeff in class years ago. Jeff's a good basketball player. I love this picture here now. This is just special. Check out this. This is Meredith and Lauren Thompson as little girls and as big girls this past weekend. They were fishing on the left. Waylon and Donna Thompson's kids. Y'all may know Waylon and Donna, but this is their two girls, and I saw them Saturday night at Captain Anderson. They had just gotten in from this fishing trip. Isn't that a great picture? Before and after, when the little girls, they enjoyed fishing, and now they're still fishing together some. I know they're real busy in college and all, but I'm glad the family all went out fishing. All right, let's go to a big old catfish. You're talking about a big catfish. That's 11-pounder, Corinna Anderson. That's a big catfish. Good job, Corinna. Okay, about this is, you want some big snapper. This is Michael Hatcher. He put this on Panama City Fishing. Twin 30-pounders. That's about as big as it's going to come. Good job, Michael Hatcher. Nice. Okay, here's this. This is Dr. Shane and Don Donahoe. Dr. Shane on the radio show, and I'm glad he enjoys fishing. Glad he took a break to go fishing. That's a good mess of fish, Dr. Shane. Proud of y'all for going over there fishing. All right. How about Bella Knowles? This is she caught the biggest on the boat. Now this Knowles family, that's the same one. That's Captain Billy Joe Knowles, and her grandfather was the grandfather, and that fishing runs through the family. Bella's going to be, I believe, going to be going to Arnold now. My mother Tiffany sent this in. Good job, Bella Knowles. Okay. Now, one thing when you're fishing, folks, that's a shark in the water. They're trying to. That's a big one. Ronnie Barber has it on the line. There's a big old bull shark. This was Sunday afternoon. You can see how big it is. That picture taken on top of the boat. You can see how big that shark is. And I think they ended up cutting it off, but that was a big bull shark they were talking about. Now, this is interesting. Several people sent this picture in. This is out floating in the Gulf. People said it was a big old pine tree. Some people said it was a big cedar tree. Some other people said it was a petrified tree. So I'm not sure. I didn't see it, but I saw 3 different pictures of it. It's fascinating. It was first sighting was 35 miles from shore. Then the second time is 28 miles from shore. And Sunday afternoon is 20 miles from shore. And it's got a big old shrimp net wrapped around it. So it was pulled up. Some people said it was just a petrified tree that's pulled up. So when you're out there running fast, you got to be careful. You can see it here in calm water, but if it's not calm, you got to be careful. All right, the next picture. This is Petronas family. They go fishing, I think, maybe once a year as a big old family. And that's a great catch. I'm glad to see the Petronas family out there fishing. And a lot of those kids have been in my classes, and they enjoy fishing. How about Joe Sims on a 33-inch one? That is big. 33-inch, okay? Move on. Let's go. We're going to get, this is the 2 best times to fish is when it's raining and when it ain't. And I think a lot of us agree with that if you like this show. All right, here's a good one. We've got a couple more. This is Brandon Boyd, Derek Darby. I was on the left there. Taylor Jones holding that big fish. Taylor was just graduated from Mosley, and she's got a big old Panhandle Outdoors shirt on. That's why she caught that big fish. And her sister Cameron there. And let's wrap up with this one. How about Ryan Hookins with some gators? Okay, so you can see this past weekend. We're going to have more pictures tomorrow. This past weekend, a lot of things going on and a lot of different fishing. Thank you all for sharing all those pictures. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. I got a little interview with Billy Archer coming up, but let me give you a little bit of background. We fished with him this past weekend, had a great fishing trip with him. I've got that video coming up later on in the week, or maybe first or next week. I've got to get it edited and all, but Billy Archer on the Seminole Wind. It's always fun to fish with Billy. There's 2 things when we say we're going on the Seminole Wind with Billy Archer. I think about 2 things. Fish. I'm talking about big quality fish, and the second thing, fun. You can't go over there and not have fun. Fishing on that trip, and the weather's absolutely gorgeous. Seas were maybe 1, maybe 2 at the most. Just a gorgeous day, and that's a Gulf Power Group. Billy Archer now, he's 3rd generation. His granddad, Captain Tiny Archer, came down. Actually, he was from Birmingham now. They were not Panhandle people. They were Birmingham in the 30s and 40s, and after the war, he had a grocery store up there in Birmingham, a successful business, but every weekend he had somebody run the grocery store, and he and his wife came down here and just go fishing. And finally his wife told him, honey, if we're going to go down here every weekend, we might as well move down there. So in 1951, Tiny Archer moved here. Tiny got a nickname because of his size. He was 6'4", so they called him Tiny Archer. So he came down here, and he became a legend down here in all the things he did. He wasn't a captain at first. He worked at a paper mill, but he worked his way into getting a captain, and really had a remarkable career. And he's the one that really got the electric reels sort of put together and all. But and Billy, as a young person, a young kid and all, as a teenager, went fishing. Here's the story right here in the book. If you on page, I think 277. That's Tiny. Tiny is right over here. Okay, so good story on the Archer family. So when I go fishing, not only do I enjoy the trip itself and the camaraderie of the guys I'm with, I get to reflect back on the history and the roots of the Archer family, and it's really fascinating. So that sort of adds, to me, it adds something to it. So what I did, one thing, I did a little interview with Billy. I always like to talk to Billy. He's very knowledgeable and knows what's going on, and he has just remarkable background and record of being a successful fisherman. And he was one of the early ones with putting the reefs out. And I think he told me he may have over 300 something reefs that he himself and his group has put out. And then we stop to think about it. He can visit those reefs not every year, but every other year. So you can imagine how those quality fish, and you'll see in a video later on the quality of fish we have. So it's a fascinating situation. But if you have reefs built and those, no one else fishes them, he's very careful about he has binoculars and all, trying to make sure he guards the spots, which we all would do the same thing. We built them and we make a living fishing them. So it's really a great trip. And also, anyway, this is a little interview. Actually, I used to do it when we were going out, but this time I interviewed him as we were coming back in. So, a little 3-minute interview with Captain Billy Archer.
All right, folks, wrapped up another great trip with Captain Billy Archer. As always, there's 2 things come to mind when I go with Captain Billy Archer. Number 1, we catch a lot of big fish. And number 2, we just have fun.
I appreciate that, Coach. We had a great day today. The weather was perfect. People were great. Fish wanted to bite. It's a really good class of snapper. Everything's looking good.
Okay, so you've been out here a long time and all, and I just want to, we just caught some really big snappers.
Yes, sir. This is my 41st year.
41st year.
Yes, sir. Got my license in 1974, and I've never seen it this good myself.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Why do you attribute that to, Billy?
Well, it's good fishery management is what's happening, but the fish have gotten so big now, we're being penalized in a sense because of the weight. But it's going to work itself out.
Yeah. Do you think the population of the fish is pretty strong now?
The population is strong from the Western Gulf all the way down to the Keys.
Yeah. Okay, this is we're in June now. You can fish on into July.
Right. We get a 44-day season this year, and we fought real hard for that. It took 8 years to finally get make some progress, and the feds realized that and gave it to us. It's our 3-year trial basis, and we're excited about that. And we can get the states to co-manage with our federal manager. Everybody have the same access, Coach, but right now the states are pushing back. Florida's gone out 71 days. Texas never closes 365 days, and Louisiana's at 271. So that all comes out of the same pie.
Yeah. Well, listen, one of the things too. Do you fish just about every day?
We'll fish every day this 44 days, and then it's been we had a 9-day season last year, which was a disaster.
What are you looking forward later on in the summer? What are you going to be fishing for?
When July 1 opens up, we get to keep snapper in group on the same trips for 14 days. Yeah. That's old school, and which is exciting. We've got some really nice grouper this summer that we had to throw back, which hurts your feelings, but it's the way the regs are set up.
You do such a good job on structures. You started a long time ago building structures.
Yes, sir.
What's your key to that? You just like the chicken coop, so.
Well, we realized a long time ago, Coach, that you had to have something that not everybody was fishing, and so we took that seriously, and we built over 600 spots.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of places. Since 1983.
We'll go a year or two without fishing something, won't you?
Absolutely. Today we checked a couple places that were brand new, and one was great, and then the other one a quarter mile away from it, not so much, but it's how the fish move.
Well, you realize we stayed on some of those spots maybe 8 or 9 minutes, the most 10 or 11. It was amazing.
Yeah, y'all did real good, and I'm real proud of you.
Well, Billy, thank you so much. This is quality fishing with you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that interview with Billy. Very knowledgeable, and always enjoyed talking to him. I just want to share that with you. Let's take a look at our fishing game times for today, brought to us by Mark Coward. I'm just going to hold them right here because I have another picture to show you. Our times today, we're looking at 6:39 to 8:39 this morning, and this evening from 7:05 to 9:05, and you still got daylight then too, so it's late afternoon fishing should be really good, freshwater and salt water there, okay? Let's look at this picture real quick. This is from the trip we just finished, and like I say, one thing, that is some quality red snapper, folks. We culled a bunch of red snapper. Didn't lose hardly any. That's just some quality red snapper. Of course, the limit, is 2 apiece. So, and we'll call some beeliners. A lot of those on the bottom there were beeliners, but we all of course, limited out. It was fascinating. I got tickled at the when I had my fish cleaned out there at Captain Anderson's with Mel Miller, and Mel had to take me back to his cooler and show me. They have big old baskets out there and show me the carcasses of the red snapper he'd just cleaned or his crew had cleaned Saturday afternoon. That's at the fish cleaning station at Captain Anderson's where the head boat's coming in, and a lot of us just take fish over there to clean. I was amazed. I wish I'd taken a picture of it. And Mel, they were just in line. Those people were. Mel was amazed himself at these baskets were this big, that thick in carcasses, and they were just all over this huge room. And that was just that afternoon. That was just from those boats. You can imagine the other boats coming in where people clean on fish, and all the private boats. All kind of people were catching. And I could see all the pictures that was on Facebook, and they sent to me at a red snapper, huge red snapper that were caught. You just saw the pictures and all, but the season opened up really slow. The opening weekend, remember we said 35 boats were checked out. Only 4 of them had a limit. I bet if they checked 35 this past weekend, there'd have been about 34 of them had a limit. Probably the only one that had a limit, if Scott Lindsay would have been out one, he'd probably been the 35th one. All right, now, look, but anyway, great red snapper fishing. I just can't, it's a Pompano red snapper. That's the 2 hottest ones right now. And let's look at what we got coming up. I sat down last night and made a list. I may not have time to get through it. Father's Day is right around the corner, and I always like to give outdoorsmen suggestions for the outdoorsmen for Father's Day. And a lot of you wives and daughters and sons and all like to buy presents that instead of ties and all, you like to buy something. So I'm just going to give you 20 ideas on what to do for the outdoorsman for Father's Day, or a nice present. And I may talk. I'm going to see if I can get through all of them. Okay. And these in random. Binoculars, number one, binoculars. Not the first one, but just the first one I thought about, binoculars. Billy Arthur used his on the trip Saturday. Outdoorsmen always using binoculars, okay, out in the woods, out in the fields. Number 2, game camera. Game cameras, they're getting better and better. It's a lot of fun to have a game camera out there. You check them all during the year. Number 3, trolling motors. Go to Hart's Marine and check out those trolling motors. Those trolling motors are better and better. Number 4, flounder gig. Those gigs are really nice. Run by your Blue Water or C&G and get a flounder gig. Number 5, GoPro camera. They've gotten a new edition out now, and they're really. I'm gonna probably get a new GoPro this summer. Number 6, of course, gift certificates to all the sponsors here on Panhandle Outdoors. That's always good. Number 7, the hats from Box Top Hats. Those big old wide brim hats, those are really good looking hats, and they really protect you. So that would be a good gift. Now those hats over there, Box Top Hats. Tell them, they're one of our sponsors. They're on Thomas Drive. Tell them that I suggested it. Of course, number 8, kayak. A kayak would be a great Father's Day gift. And all the Sunjammers kayaks they have, they're just a great selection of them. Number 9, how about this? A state park pass. That's a good gift. That's really for the whole family, and especially someone who enjoys fishing. I think a state park pass for the year, I think is $115 now. I buy one every year. And we use it. It's just really good thing to have. Just pull that out, and don't have to pull out your cash and all. Number 10, a new bow, or just starting off with a bow. Run down to C&G and check out the bows and arrows down at C&G. 11, I just put camping stuff like a tent, sleeping bags, backpacking, anything to do with camping. Tomorrow's guest, we're going to talk about camping. I'm always pushing camping, especially in the summertime. It's a lot of fun, and as primitive camping is good, or even in these big nice motorhomes. Camping is camping. So Number 12, rod and reel. Any kind of rod and reels. That's always on our suggestion gift list. Rod and reels. Number 13, fly fishing equipment. We had one of our good man, Coach Bill Graff. His last day, he's been at Moe's for 38 years. I've worked with him for 38 years, and the gift that I picked out for him to give at the end of the year or the end of his career was a fly fishing outfit from C&G, and he's all tickled with it because they're getting a place up in the mountains, and he's going to fly fish some up there. So that's a great gift, a fly fishing outfit. Number 14, the outdoor clothes, the shirts and all, something that's comfortable in the outdoors. All kind of nice looking shirts you can get for outdoorsmen. 15, how about a fishing trip? Fishing trip on the Seminole Wind with Justin Leake and Matt Smith, inshore, or James Pick, inshore. All these local captains are good. They do a great job. A fishing trip or even bass fishing. If you get a guided trip up on Lake Seminole and or anywhere. So that's a good gift. And I know some wives that have done that. 16, how about an out-of-state license, like to fish or hunt in Alabama or Georgia? I know I get an Alabama license each year, and it's fairly expensive. That makes a great gift, though, to do that for Father's Day. 17, how about join a membership of the National Wild Turkey Federation or the NRA? That's a nice gift itself, too. You get that monthly, you get a maybe semi-monthly magazine. Great outdoor gift for outdoorsmen. Number 18, a massive snorkel, all kind of scalloping equipment we have, that we're going to be needing pretty soon in a couple of weeks. And number 19, deer feeder. Deer feeders they're all kind of deer feeders out there now, different sizes. And number 20, last but certainly not least, is full box. Okay, get a copy of full box. These books are still selling real well. They got them at C&G, and got them down at Blue Water, and Sunjammers. All our sponsors have them, so it makes a great gift, and I'm just real proud of it, and thank y'all for all these folks that have bought it. Okay, that's 20 things you can get for the outdoorsman for Father's Day. If you can't get something out of that list, let me know what you're going to get them. I mentioned it on the show if I left something out. Got to wrap it up. Okay, got a big day today at work, and we're going to get a new guest coming on tomorrow. So make sure you do something good for someone else. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.